This podcast was originally live-streamed on the NonSequitur Show on YouTube. New episodes air weekdays, Monday through Friday, at 8 p.m. Eastern at youtube.com/NonSequitur Show. Make sure you never miss a live stream by visiting www.nonsecshow.com/schedule. For the latest news, polls and updates throughout the day, follow us on Twitter at NonSecShow or Facebook.com/NonSecShow. That's NonSeq Show. If you'd like to get exclusive content, bi-weekly private hangouts with Kyle and Steve, backstage access to chat with guests after shows hosted on your channel and much more, become a Patreon saint of NonSequitur. It ensures we continue to improve our show and brings you into the process at the same time. Visit patreon.com/NonSequitur today while the limited spots are still available.
The following podcast is intended for those who believe bold ideas are righteous, unique perspectives are gospel, and strong opinions are sacred. This is Non-Sequitur. Never follow. And now, here are your hosts, Kyle Curtis and Steve McRae.
Welcome, congregation. Good to see you all. If you don't know what that's about, last night we decided that we were going to, as a way of exposing just how easy it is to create a church. We are in the process right now of creating the Church of Non-Sequitur, CONS, and that makes you our congregation. So welcome. It's good to have you here in church tonight. Can I get an amen?
Amen. I think
wow, we got to work on that.
Yeah, we didn't say.
We got to get a little southern in here. We got to get a little hallelujah or a reverend or something.
What about a woman instead of a man? Let's go the other route.
Like
a
political
woman.
Stuff. A woman. A gender non-binary.
Yeah, who are we to tell what this word is? Who are we to tell it if it's a man or a woman? It's 2018.
Them.
You. Yes, there we go. Them.
Them.
Good job. Well, you were talking just a second ago, Jim. By the way, everyone, let me just briefly mention who our guest is tonight. This is the CEO of the Atheist Republic. I'm sure all of you, I know I follow them religiously on Twitter. It's really strange because I have a really good friend that in high school that I was catching up with the other day. And the point that we were talking about was that he retweets you guys all the time. So I was like, oh, you follow the Atheist Republic. And they're like, oh, I love it. Their stuff is what's the word he used? Phenomenal, I believe is the word that he used, but he gave you really high praise.
Yeah.
So welcome, Jim Majors.
It's very humbling. We definitely appreciate we world's largest online community, just under 2 million followers on Facebook. .com. And so you don't know, we do our best to unify atheists around the world, and we promote a common cause. We're a non-profit.
Jim, you're breaking up on us again.
We're catching most of that, but it's still breaking apart. I think there's a demon being attached to you.
No!
Have you been messing around with somebody? Did you sleep with somebody 10 years ago? Did you have a demonic transfer?
It could be that there's. Do you have any programs running in the back? Sometimes
that's what I'm checking right now.
Oh, sure, go with the program thing. I'm telling you, it's demons.
Look, we have to be careful here. Steve, don't be a jackass.
It's the demons.
You know why I say that? Jim was telling us just a second ago that he was sent a link to someone about the show tonight, and they asked, "Oh, is that Steve the jackass?" You're making quite a name for yourself, Steve, around the
you know what? I've got a collection of terminology people use. That's mild, actually. You got to be a little more original with that one.
Welcome, Steve, the jackass. So maybe say something now, Jim, and let's see if that fixed you.
Okay, hopefully this is a little bit better.
Oh yeah. Nope.
No.
We got that first section of words, and it just completely cut off. The last resort in cases like this are that you have to flip your camera off to save on your bandwidth, unless you want to try to refresh and then come back in. I'm going to assume he's refreshing. Well,
I was refreshing.
That sounds a little bit better.
Okay, hopefully this. I apologize.
Well, that's okay. Look, we have. It's usually me. It's usually me the one that's clipping, but I think we settled that whenever I had to upgrade my. I found out that my internet service provider was like giving me half of what I paid for, so I had to completely switch internet providers, and that fixed it. But let me knock out 2 announcements real quick, and then we'll jump into the discussion that we're going to have tonight. If you stick around after this show tonight, I'm in the process right now of uploading a debate. People want to know. They ask me what happened after the Kyle Goes Nuclear on G-Man episode, and I'm going to upload the debate that I had with G-Man on the Geek Room on the subject of morality. Me and him went toe to toe on morality, and I have that loaded up, and it will premiere following this show tonight. So you can stick around after that, and you can watch that if you'd like to. Also, tomorrow. Now, Steve, we've had some pretty epic dumpster fires on this program, haven't we?
Yeah, to say the least.
Okay, well, I need you to bring tomorrow your industrial strength gloves, because tomorrow's dumpster fire is going to be off the fucking chain. We have 2 people, two very prominent gamers. I'm sure everybody knows Destiny. He is a prolific gamer around YouTube, huge following. And then we've had Ian on the show. Ian, is it White Chong? Is that his name? Ian Chong White?
Yeah.
Steve?
Well, Ian something Chong. I don't remember his middle name.
Yeah,
Miles.
something
Yeah,
Chong.
Ian Miles.
So
Ian Miles Chong.
Yes, Ian Miles Chong. We've had him on, and he came with Rags one time to talk about freedom of speech. Well, these two, I had Destiny coming originally to do a debate on circumcision, and the person that we were having him debate had some things come up and couldn't wind up coming on to the show. So we had to switch some things at the last minute. So I asked Destiny if he knew Ian, and he knew Ian quite well and pointed me to this video. Now we're going to show you a little clip so you get a preview of just what's going to go down tomorrow on the show. So Dave, could you roll a couple of seconds of that clip?
Oh, I'm going to watch the video together. Do you want to watch the video together?
He has said. Look at what he has said. He has explained.
Do you want to watch the video together, Ian? Ian, do you want to watch the video together?
Lord.
Baby Bonnell.
Ian, do you want to watch the video, or are you too scared to watch it?
You are such a child.
Baby Bonnell needs his adult supervision to watch a video.
You don't want to watch it, Ian? Okay. That's okay, buddy. All right. Any other final memes you guys got?
It's such a deflection besides, like...
It's a deflection to watch the source. Ian, as a journalist, that's the story of your life. It's such a deflection to look past the headlines. It's such a deflection to actually engage with the material. It's such a deflection to actually do any homework. That's why you tweet the dumbest fucking shit, Ian, like all the fucking time. Because you can't read past headlines. Remember when you thought you'd found, who was like the bomber or the terrorist that you thought you'd found that you tweeted out and you had to delete it because you were totally pulling everything out of your ass?
I actually owned up to it because guess what?
God.
Guess what? I admit
Dave.
when
Pretty
I'm
funny.
wrong.
Okay, so that's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. So join us for that. That's going to be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Destiny and Ian Miles Chong, and we're going to start on the topic of freedom of speech and do you have the right to offend? And we'll see where it goes from there. There's no telling. What do you think, Jim?
I believe, you have the right to offend, because you cannot offend somebody. You can only be offended. And that being said, should you be able to up and it's violence or incites violence in any way?
We gotta we're gonna have to do something.
Okay,
Dave, do you have any ideas?
Let me just
He's got something running in the background, or he's got a high CPU load, maybe.
That must be it.
It's clipping bad. What we can do, what we can try to do is we can. Dave, do you think we can pipe him in through Skype if that would work? Okay, Jim, in the chat that's here on your screen, I'm gonna give you Dave's Skype name. Can you add him? And then he's gonna bring you in through your video onto Skype, and we'll see if we can't. Maybe it's something with the browser and the load on that, and maybe that will fix it.
All right, I apologize.
So. No, that's fine, man. Just close out of here and add him on Skype, and me and Steve can we can talk about Steve's latest dumpster fires on Twitter until you get back. We got plenty of material there.
They're not even dumpster fires. They're straight up landfills.
All right, Jim. We'll see you in just a second, Jim.
All right.
Okay, so Steve, my phone's been going off for the past 3 days with notifications every other minute, and it's you arguing with somebody about these definitions. We've unleashed that monster again, Steve. Can you kind of tell me why you're battling literally everyone on the planet about the definition? And at some point, is it them or is it you?
It's them, and it's not about definitions. It is about logic. It is about reason. It is about being factually accurate. I present things called peer review papers. I present sources that are peer reviewed by experts that are in the literature. I expect people to give me the same when I ask them for evidence. They don't do that, and I don't understand why. This isn't about definitions. It is a fundamental misunderstanding people have. I explain to them how it is. I give them citations. I give them peer review. I give them actual logical proofs. But none of that is good enough. And when I asked them for any of that, I haven't got a single paper. Now, I haven't got a paper sent to me in probably months. I haven't got a single.
You did.
That wasn't an amount of peer review paper.
I reviewed it.
Well, that doesn't count. And I found the errors in that paper, and it wasn't a paper. It wasn't peer review. Somebody wrote something. And by the way, that person that wrote that, at least he tried. He's wrong, and I'll be happy to explain why he's wrong. But at least he tried. But why is it? I don't understand this notion that when people have a platform and they ask other people, show me the evidence. If you don't know it, or you can't show it, you don't know it. But when you ask them for evidence,
listen to you taking Aaron Ross.
Right. Who do you think I'm referring to? When you ask people for evidence and they don't give you a peer review paper and they give you a colloquial dictionary, what does that tell you about their argument? The strength of their argument.
It tells me.
Give them
it tells me that they're using. Well, you asked a question.
I give them logical proofs, and they can't refute the logic, and they just say it's wrong, then where do you go from there?
Well, you asked the question of if somebody gives you the dictionary, what are you supposed to do with that argument? That means that they're giving you. Okay, here. This is my response to this. Okay, I know it's where they're going with a colloquial definition of what atheism is, but that means colloquial is the term that the general, like everyone as a whole uses, right? So do you want to get, when you're having an argument, what do you mean
everybody as a whole? I know a lot of
what does colloquial mean?
I know a lot of atheists that don't use those definitions. Colloquial means general, very, very broad.
Right, yeah.
Right, and I know people that don't use wait, theory means guess in colloquialism, right? Is theory a guess?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, what the dictionary says is a guess. You can't pick and choose, right? I use what's called sensu stricto definitions across the board. Okay, I'm consistent. And if people don't want to, they don't have to. But here's I'm going to tell my argument.
Hold on. Let me finish my point. Yours is general, for the most part, based in a philosophical